Right. Hello. Good afternoon. I think we're live. So a bit of the old Assassin's Creed, again. I think I'm into about 46, 47 hours, something like that. But hopefully we'll get somebody pop in, and you guys will be able to let me know a few things like, what's the audio like? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Is there any echo? All that kind of stuff. Right, the hunt continues. And let's have a quick look. A lot of people pass this by, but over on the right-hand side here are projects. And most importantly, this is kind of the sort of battle pass for Ubisoft. And you can choose one of these depending on which character you're playing as. So the left-hand side one, although it's showing Yasuke, I think is Naoe, and this one is the samurai. So if we go in, the way to tell is to have a look at some of the. No, I was wrong. This is Yasuke, Yaman, Yasuki, or I don't know how it's pronounced. How the hell do I know? So I've currently got Naoe active. I didn't realise that. Okay, and we're about what 8, 9 in. But actually, if you look at it, if you look at the top there, it says Yasuke gear. So I don't know. Maybe it depends on whichever character. Great first tip there, Rokk. Yeah, wasn't that great, was it? Either way. This one is also saying Yasuke gear. The stuff you want, though, are these things, the keys, because it's the keys that we go to exchange. It's the keys that you need to buy that stuff, this stuff above me. And these are rotating rewards. You can see it says up there, weekly selection, 5 days, 23 hours. Below me, behind me, is this little pup. And an outfit for Yaya, who is one of your allies. I think it's purely cosmetic. It's not showing any perks. This stuff, though, above here, this is all very active perks and all that malarkey. And again, it's showing a couple of Yasukis and a Naoe. But there, what are we looking at? 1,350. Bottom right hand corner, keys. I've got 570 unspent as per the top corner. And if we go back to projects and have a look at these, so this is the one I've currently got. You can only have one active at any given time, but what you're looking for is the extra keys. So there we go, 1,500 keys. So it's fairly generous, and you get these by battling, really just progressing, essentially. So to go back to memories, and we will jump into the game where I'm playing as Yasuke. Now, I don't know if this is too loud or not. I've got no way of telling until somebody pops into my chat and tells me. So if you're in the chat, and I can see there are a couple of you, bless you, just say hello. Don't worry, I won't get into a chat if you don't want me to, but I would like to know if the sound is okay. I want to know if there's any reverb or echo, and also I want to just check that the game's not too loud, because it's very loud in my ears, but that's easily remedied. So the first thing we do, and it's really, really important that you familiarize yourself with the benefits of the map. And what do I mean by that? Hello, Sam. Oh, bless you. Sam, let me know, what does the old audio sound like? I can rely on you. Is there any echo on my voice? And is the game itself volume-wise okay? We're in a fairly quiet area at the moment. if I go back into music and chop about would be chopper. Let me know if that's not too loud. If it is, I will turn it down. I think we're okay on the audio, but I can report back when the noise properly kicks in. Bless you. So, the map, really, really important. Thank you, that's good. That's cool. Why is it important? Well, a couple of things. If you're playing as the samurai Yasuke, you cannot do assassin-y things like Naoe, who is the true assassin of the creed in the game. Never really spelled out, by the way, but if, as the samurai, you try and climb stuff, you'll quickly find that you don't have the parkour skills that your ninja friend has. I'll try not to do any spoilers, but as you progress through the game and get to the point where I am, unfortunately, you kind of are going to discover a few things. One of which is that you are very much allied with the alternative character. You're not enemies or anything like that. But as you look around the map, you will see these little yellow areas that I have unlocked already. So in typical Assassin's Creed form, the eagle or the hawk is usually a very high area that you have to unlock, and once you go up on there you get that whole rotational camera thing, and it shows you hidden stuff in that region. Now, although Yasuke can do that, he struggles to get up places. He's a big old boy at the end of the day. So what Ubisoft have done is they have created an alternative fast travel option, and it is this little yellow thing with what appears to be an assassin's hood, and these are called kakurege. My immediate apologies for mispronunciation. Kakureja, I don't know, but they aren't as cack as they sound. They're really freaking useful. They're always on the ground. They're always a first floor or ground floor building. And you can do stuff in there like refill your ammo and all that kind of thing. But you unlock them with currency, and they're not very expensive. I'm just having a look around to see if I can see one that oh, there's one. Here we go. Right, so here's one that hasn't been unlocked, and if I just hover over it, you'll see it's 800 of mon, which is the Japanese currency of the time. Put that into perspective. If we go and have a look at my character, have a look at the cash that I've amassed. In the top right corner, you'll see I've got 6,500. I'm never dropping below 7,000, so, apart from now. Hi, Al. How are you, mate? Thanks for joining. I'm doing some sort of stuff that I've learned in Assassin's Creed that may not be immediately obvious to a lot of people. Yeah, I never dropped below 4,000 or 5,000, I was going to say. Oh, look, I've got some stuff over there that needs to be investigated. So if we go back to the map and find that, zoom out and find, I've lost it now, but we'll find another one. It's all good. It was up here somewhere, I think. Where's my character? Oh, there I am. Okay, whoops. So there I am. So it was somewhere around here. So what you're looking for is unlocked, grayed out versions of these. And you can then, there's one right there. There we go. So for 800, which is well worth the investment, you can unlock those. And that now gives you a fast travel point. I don't think those little hoodie things are there from the outset. I think you have to complete a mission or something before they appear. But as you can see, I've got those all over the shop. And because most of the missions require a level of travel, it's always a good idea to unlock as many of these fast points as possible. The best ones are the eagle ones. Some of them you can do with Yasuke, but mostly he struggles to climb up stuff. So they're kind of Naoe, and you can see the map is actually 3D because you're looking down over it. You can't really see, but if I find an area of trees, you'll see it's a little bit of perspective as I move around. So it does give you a a bit of a visual clue as to whether it's a high area or not. Anything that looks like this old map essentially means we've yet to go there, so it hasn't been properly investigated. Same here. So all these areas are where I've been, and there have been missions and stuff. So at any rate, what we're doing right now is we're going to go here and we're going to unlock this, which is it's a corrupt entity. So you see the little purple icon, 600. That is what we need to get data points, which ultimately will allow us to progress in the battle pass. And 600 goes a long way. In fact, if we go back to the Animus and go over and have a look, we'll see that let's go back into our battle pass for this character, and down the bottom there we can see excuse me, with the next one, there we go. So to unlock this data file we need 100 data fragments, and when we go to that point on the map we can get ourselves 600. So we'll shoot through that one, we'll go into the next one, and then there's usually these are awarded through just progressing through the game essentially. But the big one we want to get to is the 1500 keys, because that will allow us to buy rewards with our keys. There we go. Now there is a store, as you would imagine, which let me see, how do I get there, because my there we go, use my mouse, the controller's not allowing that to happen. There we go. And all of the same stuff can be found here within various packs. So for example, this amazing dragon horse thing, lots of weaponry and what have you, but these require you to purchase. I have 300 of whatever this currency is, Helix credits, and as is usually the way, you have to buy your own if you want to unlock this stuff. So that's for real die-hard fans and people with more money than sense. Their cosmetic stuff's gorgeous, and these are real world high-end weapons as well. But yeah, I never do that. It's not my thing. Anyway, let's get him running through the snow. There is actual changing seasons in this game. As you can see right now, we're in the snow. Now, you saw me sliding around. This is the thing with our friend here versus Naoe, the ninja. He's just cumbersome, but he's virtually invincible. He's got really tough health, so he's a lot harder to kill than the ninja. So I for my cash gameplay, I've tended to spend more time with him of late, but I do love the parkour and the stealth of Naoe. We can in fact bring our horsey. Here she comes, and she'll probably have more of a chance of getting around her than we will. And we've got some distance to cover. I'm a bit optimistic. This is 3,500. It's 3.5 kilometers to get to this point in the map. Now it's a very beautiful thing, and we're kind of here in dusk in the winter, which is attractive. There are some animals in the game, but they tend to live more around the urban areas, like cats and dogs and deer. I've seen monkeys. And other things. Go on, horse, you can do it. Go on, up you go. There we go. This is much prettier. Right, now the thing is this. Let's go and have a look at the map, and we'll have a look at where we need to go, which was all the way over here. So yeah, it's a lot more sensible for us to unlock that one and then go straight there than it is to try and run all the way there. So we do that. And the other thing I love about this game, and you see it right from the beginning when you first load it up, is just how fast everything loads. There's like, from the minute that you hit play on this game, you're in and playing within a few seconds. It's ridiculous. So here's one of those kakaragis, or whatever they're called, And in here, you've got your storage, so you can put stuff that you've not been able to unlock yet. By which I mean, for example, we are level 27. You can see up in the top corner there, level 27. And if I go into my gear, we've got some absolutely stunning stuff here looking purple, which is next up from gold. But it's level 33, so we've got another 6 to go before we can unlock that. Now, if I had used up all my slots, and I've yet to do that, to be fair, I don't know what it is, how much you can carry, then it might be good, it may make more sense to pop that into your storage and come back to it, because that's probably several hours, to be fair, before we unlock that. But you can see, the other thing I like about this game is in the far corner, it's literally showing us how this item, this weapon, compares stats-wise to the one that we are currently active or have active. So as you can see, lots of green up pointing arrows, and that's what you want. I love it in a game where you don't have to think too much, and it instantly tells you, you know, it's green, it's better, or it's red, it's lower. Another game that does that at the moment I'm playing is Dragon Age, does that really well. And in fact, with Dragon Age, when you pick up an item, when you loot an item, it will show you on screen, before you decide to collect it, it will show you a box with the current item and its stats, and then the new item and its stats. You can do a quick comparison before you go, yeah, I'll have that, and you can either collect it or activate it and wear it. So this doesn't do that, but it does at least give you the opportunity to see if you want to put it on or do what you want with it. You'll notice in the background, if I go back up here, squawking away there in the background is our alternative character, Naoe. And if I come out from this map, from that screen rather, you'll see down the bottom that it actually does give me an option to play as her instantly. So if I hold down X, it will switch between characters. So as long as you're not in combat, and you, let's say you come up to a castle or something and you think this is going to be a much better stealth opportunity, then you can just hold down the X. In my case, as I'm using a PS4 controller, it's the square button, but you kind of muscle memory these things, don't you? And then there you go, within seconds I am now playing as her. And it's quite cool, because if you've picked up some stuff with one character that is only for her, and they each have their own weapons and their own armor that the other can't use, and their own perks and their own perks tree. So if Yasuke picks up a knife or a sword or what have you that is designed for her, he will keep hold of it, and if you flip into this character, it'll show up as an option that you can then go and choose, which is really cool, I think. So for example, if we go in here, that we've got some if we scoodle down, there we go, we can see compare that one which he's carrying with this one which is there to be chosen, and we can see it's got a wall of red. So unless it's perk, which is below there, 35% critical damage to enemies below half health, unless that was a mega perk, then I would be thinking about breaking this one down or selling it, dismantling it with the weaponsmith dude back at base. But the key ones really you want to be looking at are armor. So currently this one has a health of 578. And the perks that it's got, a 50% damage on the next hit after using abilities, and then its secondary perk, which you only get on blue items and above. You have to unlock that back at the blacksmiths. They call it engraving a perk. So she still has to engrave a perk on that one. So let's have a look at 27. So 27, we can see instantly we've got 609 health, so it's a decent chunk of additional health. Crit damage and vulnerability damage, both higher. Damage with tools is only marginal, it's only 0.1% less. So, but this one does have tool, oh, that's the other one. Yeah, so for me, 50% damage on the next hit after abilities, 32% armor damage when health is full. It's a pretty cool one. So I'm going to switch over to that thing. Now, the other thing that I love is that we might look at this and think, well, you know, the gear's all right, but it's a bit of a night on the town, that, isn't it? You know what I'm saying? You kind of want something that looks a bit more aggro. Well, all we've got to do is hit visualize, not visualize, customize, which is Y. Here we go. And we can choose from any armor that we have collected in the past. So we can look for something that's a bit more, look at that, a bit more aggressive, a bit black and knifey. And the hat is separate, the headgear is separate, so we can choose to change that. I actually quite like that. It's kind of got the assassin's look, but it's got that golden opulent. Oh, I don't know. It's got a pink thing on the back. Let's go with this one, which is actually the one I like the most anyway. So we're going to change that. Does nothing at all to the stats or the perks. It's purely cosmetic. And if we come back out of there and go down to the hat, you'll see that the actual hat she is wearing behind me, the peasant's hat, is conical. And nothing at all like the hood, and that's simply because I have customized it to look like a hood. But we can hide it anyway. We don't need to wear or be seen wearing it. We continue to benefit from the perks if we'd rather not. We'd rather see her lovely face. We'll put that one back on and we'll go in and we'll have a little look and see what we've got. A load of hats that we can choose. Very, 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 very nice. There we go. That's the one I think that's that one we're currently using. I think I'll keep with that one. It's got a pretty cool look to it. The other thing that very quickly I'll just show you in the inventory menu that a lot of people who've played this for a long time don't realise. In fact, Ray didn't last night. Ray's been playing very similar time to me, and I'm not surprised because it's not something obvious, but it's a really a thing well worth knowing. And that is, if you look on the left-hand side, and equally there is the same below my head, there we are, Naoe loadout and Yasuke loadout. So in other words, you can have multiple loadouts, and there we go. So I can literally choose between different loadouts. I don't know how many you can have, but there is a plus button, and I've got up to 4 before it's complained. So if you want to use a different build, a different situational build, and I think, again, as with most games, that's going to come into its own after the end game, when you've basically knocked off all the baddies. Then you're into the end game, and there's all sorts of stuff. I think that's when the different builds are going to make a big difference. But the key to unlocking the loadouts option, which is not there at all in the game ever until you unlock it, is to build into your base. And in fact, we'll come back to there in a minute. I'll take you down to our home base, which is here. We'll fast travel there. Yep. So your home base, it's the same for everybody, same place for everybody. You can't just kind of decide you want to put one up on a hill somewhere. It's always this area. And look, our scouts have gone and picked up some resources for us, so we'll grab those. So in your home base, and we've got to go to build. There's a build menu, and once you get to that point, you can usually do it out here, but I tend to go to this little model of the building, the site over here, to improve hideout. So in this mode, you can see we're looking down over the top of our hideout, our base, and you can add buildings. You start with Hiroma, which is your home, and I think the stables, and then everything else gets added. And you build it yourself, essentially. So key number 1 is the forge. You need your forge if you want to add those engraved perks to your armor and weapons. So I suddenly thought to myself, what is this building over here? I haven't seen this before. I genuinely don't know. It just caught me out. Because all my building, as you can see, I've been doing over here. I haven't built anything over there. What is that? Let's have a... Oh, how weird. I don't know what this building is. We'll go and have a look in a minute. Oh, what did it say in the top? Hang on. Customize. It doesn't say. Huh. Well, that's interesting. We'll have a look at that in a second. We'll go and wander over there. Anyway, the forge is really important. You get the forge by... you have to find the blacksmith who's in one of the early missions. And you make him your friend, and you give him an alternative home, and he comes here, and then he is the mechanism by which you upgrade your armor and your weapons, add in engraving perks and stuff. These little things down here don't cost you anything. These are just cosmetics, really. But you can also collect animals on your way around the world. Let me see. For example, there's a little doggy down there. There's another little doggy over there. I think that might be a cat. And although they live in these little squares, they do wander around, and you can pet them, and they love you. And they love you, which is really sweet. But yeah, you definitely need your forge number 1. Now, here's the thing that I didn't realise until recently, and this gallery is one that you can add yourself. You build this. And this little puppy is how you unlock those loadouts. So if you don't have the gallery in place, you don't get the option for the loadouts, you see. And you can add additional buildings. I think there's one more that gives anything other than just adding additional stats and stuff. So if we go into the build menu, here we are. It's it's just so well done. Right? They've put so much work into this. So your main rooms are over here, and you can see they're all ticked. So we have the Hiroma, which allows new rooms to be built, manages the hideout, apparently. That's your main home base. I mean, I think that's there from day one. You don't get a lot of choice on that one. Then there's the stables, and this is where you need this one for your scouts, and we're not talking dib dib dob dob or anything like that. You know how it goes. This is essentially, these are invisible characters. You never see them, and they go off around the world and collect resources and things. They do other things as well, but I've never got them to do it. Ray uses them, and as you can see with a number in the diamond, all of these can be upgraded. So I think that one's maxed out, as is the forge. So I think 3 is your max. But the Kakurega, yeah, that's the fella that you need in order to get those little hoodie icon chaps around the map. The safe houses, essentially. So you need to build this one in order to unlock that alternative to the fast travel points for the top of the building stuff. So that's that one. The dojo is where your allies can be upgraded. Through the game, there are allies that you can collect. I've found and unlocked 2. I think there are 4. And you can call on them when you're in combat, and they'll come and do various things. I've got one who is, she's kind of a wrestler, sort of female sumo. And I've got one who's just a bit of a trickster, and he attracts the enemies away, but I've never really bothered with him. The forge we've mentioned, and the study, which you use to upgrade your scouts, apparently. Then we have, right, okay, so now this is that room that that was over the other side of the river, the Terror, a small Buddhist altar where ancestors are enshrined. The effect is that you gain an additional 10% experience So in other words, the XP that you get is increased by 10%. I must have placed it there, I just don't remember doing it. And it doesn't look like it can be upgraded either, but we'll have a look, because I think these are themed rooms, are just what they are. A ginger, otherwise known as an Ed Sheeran. This is praying grants a boon for the next 15 minutes. So as you work your way around the world, you'll find little shrines that you can pray at. And when you pray at a shrine, you get a perk. And it might be 200% critical damage for the next 5 minutes, or 80% increased armor, all that kind of stuff. So I think what the old ginger does is it increases the time that the boon exists for, and it looks like also that the value is increased by 20%, the strength. By the way, I haven't placed a ginger yet. The ones with the ticks are the ones that have been placed, but I don't know. We'll have a look in a minute. The materials required are quite hefty. You can buy them or you can collect them, but quite a few of them are required. The ginger, the Nando's, which of course is a place to go and get fried chicken with piri-piri sauce. It might be. This replenishes the scout in a Kakaruga. 30% less resource, costs 30% less resources to replenish a scout. So in other words, a scout can bring 30% more resources back to base in his Nando's. This one is still locked. So I don't know why. Obviously, I haven't achieved whatever I need to achieve in order to unlock it yet, but that gives you 20% better efficiency on your rations. Rations are how you replenish your health, so it could be food, whatever. The tea room's a good one. That one increases, so that's both of those are ration increases by the look of things. 20% each way. And then the gallery, which we've mentioned, which is how you get your loadout option, and a lot of people do not realise this. It's a large room, doesn't do anything, just pretty, a medium-sized and a baby-sized. And then there's other stuff that you can just place around the world. Ad infinitum, to be fair. There seems to be no limit to how often. You pick stuff up as you work your way around as well. There's something new, look, a little Buddhist, or a Buddha, I should say. A campfire. These are just things, I mean, they don't cost you anything. You can just place them. And as I say, I don't think there's a limit to how many you can place in the world. You just kind of, I'll show you in a second, but a lot of people don't scroll down and realise that there's things like this to be found. Isn't that gorgeous? It's got a little carved musk deer. I think it's a musk. The reason I say musk deer is if you might look at that and think it's chewing on a stick. But musk deer have a horn that comes out the side of its mouth. It's probably a kind of a tooth. Then we have a shooting range. I mean, these are cosmetic. They don't provide any perks, but you know they're cute, and you've got them. You can place all of these if you want to. They don't cost you anything. Lots of trees and stuff. I mean, it's like a mini Animal Crossing. Here are the animals. Talking of which, that you can place now. You go around the world and you find these little dogs, little puppies and stuff, and you just pet them. When you pet them for the first time, they get added to your roster of animals. Interesting, they've all got these little back curly tails. It must be a Japanese thing. And there's a Doge. There you go. And there's a smaller Doge. This is the only one here, this poor little thing, that was actually part of a quest. He'd been badly mistreated by his owners, and we had to rescue him, and he's come to live with us. And then cats. And as you work your way around, and again, these little cats, they don't have any tails. Interesting. Like Manx cats. So anyway, we come out of there, so we can build. Oh, we were in the build menu. We choose something like some of this forestation, for example. And then we can just place it around. Just like that. There's no, as I say, there's no limit to how much you can put down. A bit like Disney Dreamlight Valley and all that stuff. So you just keep going backwards and forwards, choosing what you'd like to place. Let's put our little Buddha Just there, look. In fact, let's erase him. And we'll put him down again because I wanted to rotate him. We can rotate items, you see, like that. We're gonna create. You're probably going to put him in a prize place that we need to put a building or something. In fact, back in talking of buildings, we ought to just check, because I did see it was the ginger down here that actually we've got enough materials for. So it looks like I don't think we have enough. Or we may have enough for these. This one doesn't do anything anyway. Does it? Reduces the ration thing. Praying, that's the praying one. Replenishing scouts costs 30% less resources. That could be quite useful one, I suppose. A ration efficiency increased by 20%. I think that's the one for us. I've already got a gallery. I don't know why it's not ticked it. Just having a look up here. Why is it? Mind you, the little diamond's no longer there. This gallery display. I don't know why it would allow me to build another one, because I don't think there's any advantage to it. Anyway, let's do the one with ration efficiency. And there we go. So we'll place this little fella down by the Buddha. And that's going to give us a ration, 20% ration boost, I think. Let's rotate it. There we go. Place that one there. There we are. Very nice. That's going to give us that 20%. 20% boost to our ration efficiency. Now, while we're in all of these buildings, we're just going to click on A and see if we can upgrade any of them. In fact, we can. So if we upgrade this one, we can use 2 allies at the same time. So we'll upgrade that one. Well, having said that, let's just check out, because we've got limited resources. So before we upgrade that one, let's see whether we can... No, so we can't upgrade this one anyway. Oh, that's an interesting one. I just realised the benefit of unlocking this one. Do you remember when we were unlocking the little icon with the hood, it was 800 mon? Well, unlocking this level for this building reduces that by 30%. So you get 20 odd mon off. So instead of 800, it's going to be something like 500 and something. To be fair, we've unlocked most of them anyway. And they've never caused us an issue from a cost point of view. Now, I know the forge is 100%, as is the gallery by the look of things. What does the study do if we upgrade this one, which we can? An additional scout joins the league. That could be quite useful. They basically gather materials for you and bring them back. What about the Terror? Does that have an upgrade route? No. Does the tea room? No. Your home base is all done, and I think the stable, it says that there's we can actually upgrade this one. Scout smuggle 20% more resources from stockpiles, and it indicates that it's not going to cost us any materials. Oh, it is unlocked already, that's why. So I would say, I don't know why it gave us the option, but it looks like it's maxed out. So in truth, we've only got the Kakuriga, and which we don't have enough anyway for, and the dojo, which we do. So we'll do the dojo, and that's going to get us 2 allies for the price of 1. I'm up for that. And there we go. Upgraded. Excellent stuff. And the next one, allies can be trained up to veteran rank. Either way, that's cool. So we've got ourselves a little perk going on there, and it's all good. Right, so if we come out of the build mode, I did actually get something the other day, which was a new thing, which I haven't placed yet. But anyway, over here on this world map view thing are the enemies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of them, and we've killed 5. We can have a look at this on our objectives. And this is, yeah, it's reminding us we've got to go and purge that thing. Anyway, the enemies are these dudes in here. And we did spare her. And we've got 4 to unlock, and we're at the final point with this one. What I always do is worth noting as well, before you decide who you're going to go and kill. If you have a look at the scale of the reward, you'll see that there's a number indicating what level they are, because that's what it unlocks. And that's never let me down. So, for example, he's a level 35, 33, 31, and 28, which is why we're tackling him next. That's why that dude known as the Ox. As we zoom out, you'll see there's a ton of these little circles. Each of these represents a kind of a quest line in the game, with all of them having their own little story and rewards and characters to unlock and stuff. And there are plenty more yet that I haven't discovered that will fill up these areas. It's very clever. There's so much put into this game. Hey Adam, how are you, my friend? Sorry I didn't spot you there, popping in. Hope you're well. So let us do this. Let's go to that. Let's go up to that anomaly that we need to crack. And we've already unlocked a Kakaruga. So we'll just go there. I think we're with Naoe. I'm going to switch over to Yasuke, just because he's virtually invincible. Right, so let's, before we refill supplies and stuff, we'll switch over to Yasuke. There we go. Give him a second to arrive. With his little mask on. There is some amazing customization you can do with this guy. If we choose, let's go with that hat there. And we'll choose that armor there. Look at that. What a beast. I love it. We'll stick with that. Righto. So there we go. We're going to refill with supplies, which is that one. And then we've got 5 additional bullets. We are going to refill the scouts. They're all full up. So they're going off to get some materials. And half the time you can run at stuff and it falls over. So we're going to head for there. It's 350 meters, which is actually quite doable. It's not very far. With a crunchy sound of snow as we head up towards this temple. If you're in any doubt, or you want to know whether... Oh, look, there's a doggy. I wonder if we've done that one. If you want to kind of know whether it's a friendly place or not, you just go to the map. I've actually done everything there was to do in this one, and it would typically show a little red dot like that one there, and that's how you know that that's going to be a little bit of aggro. But in here, they're all friendly folk. This little Shaolin temple, or whatever it's called. We're running straight through here anyway. Oh, hello, doggy. Can I pet you? Come back. Come here, boy. You can change the field of view, so you can bring your character closer or further away. I think mine's on default at the moment. Now, you always know when you're getting close to one of those corrupted entities, because the whole world starts looking weird. You'll see it in a second. And what it typically means when we've got to purge an entity is it's actually just a character, an NPC that needs to be battled with. Right, here comes the weirdness. You'll start to see it now. Look at these little ghosty trees and stuff. There he is, or she, I don't know. Yeah, there he is. We're gonna refuse, brother, because we're just gonna kill you. And that's the end of him. We'll take his mate out while we're here as well. By the way, it does get a bit gory. Typically, the last NPC that you kill has his head chopped off. And depending on the weapon, sometimes his arms as well. Now what I'm doing is using the right trigger with those icons down the bottom down there. So that is an effect of those. You unlock those in the perk tree. They're not there to begin with, but they make all the difference in battle. So actually learning how to use them and what each one does, spotting them when they're refreshed and stuff is really, really important, because you'll get through any battle, even with the weaker Naoe character. Also, if you hold down the left trigger, I think it's the left trigger or the left bumper, with this guy, you'll see he's seeing yellow dots. Yellow dots typically are things like rewards to collect. White dots usually are rations to refill, and blue dots are usually something that you're looking for in a mission or a quest. So in this case, it is just some crops that we need for building back in our base. We just collect it all here. With Naoe, she also has this hawk. She has like a hawk perk, which allows her to see enemies in red. And then you can use the left trigger, and that you push down on the right thumbstick. And then you can use the left trigger or bumper. I think it's bumper, to be fair. I'm only confused because I'm using a PS4 controller. And she can tag them, whereas this dude uses the left bumper to actually see those things, and then if you move the cursor or the reticle over them, they stay there permanently until you go and find them. We're all done with those. There are no more to be had. So we got that guy, the entity. I don't know what the whole comply thing was, but anyway, we just killed him, which is all you've got to do. So now let's go and have a look and see what that has added to our animus, because you remember it was 600 of those things, and we needed 100 more to get to the next stage. So let's just make sure that it happened. Unclaimed. So yeah, there we go. So it's gone through that one, which we can claim now. That's claimed. Acquired. Encrypted data file. I'll show you what that does in a minute. It's nothing special. And we're almost up to the end of the Cerulean Guise mask, which we need 100 more of those to get. For the big one that I'm after, which will unlock the keys that we need to go and grab us some tasty rewards. So yeah, I'll show you what that data thing was. It's like a collectible. If we come across, is it the animus? I think it's the animus. And then, no, it's not here. Beg your pardon. It is in the map, in the main HUD. It's under Codex, and I think it's these things. I'm not sure 100%. I never bother with any of this. It's got loads of Japanese history. It's all kind of built in, whereas in the other games, the older games, you had like a separate app that did all this. But here's our perks tree. You'll see in the top right corner there, we've got 3 mastery perks, which you use to unlock the perk tree of each weapon type. The long katana, for example, the naginata, the teppo, which is a gun, a rifle, the samurai, whence it gets its name, I think, the bow, and the long katana. So, yeah, you can see if I move my cursor over these, for example, that one needs 5 mastery points. We've only got 3. And what happens here is, and you can tell, the ones that are diamond shape, they end up here, which is where we were selecting those, what do you call them, abilities when we were battling. So let me find, whoops, sorry, it came out there too quick. If we find one, what have I been using a lot of? The teppo, I think. So I've got 2 there that are unlocked on the teppo. Up here, look, we've got another one, which throws a gunpowder pouch and automatically shoots it to create an explosion that deals 35% ability damage. And these all happen automatically as long as you press RT and YABX to get the perk to kick in, as it were. And there must be one more in there somewhere, because that would only be 3, but they don't show up until you go up a level. To go up a level, you need to unlock the, let's go back into it again, the knowledge ranks, which are behind me. So it says I unlock another knowledge rank in 3, and you get those from doing certain side quests within the game. Just wanted to see. Oh, here we go. Here's one that I've got. No, it's only got one. I keep doing that. Let's try this one instead. Because some of these I've got more than... No, maybe I haven't then. I think they combine, depending on what weapons you've got, maybe. That's probably what it is. So if you've got a teppo, which is a rifle, and a samurai on the go, then it will place them in the various ability slots. I don't know, I did unlock this one, and I'm just wondering why I don't see it. Unless I do, I don't know. Anyway, that's how you do all the old thingy-me-jig. So I'm in a mood to do another one of those if I can find them. Those little very easy to unlock thingies. Corrupted entities, that's the one. But they're a bit hard to find. You can pull up a legend, you legend, and anomalies that we're looking for. There we go. Oh, there's one. I see. You can, and I did. Now this one we have to mine echoes. I don't think it's quite as easy as it sounds. The other thing to watch out when you're doing these is that sometimes they put you into an area that's a higher level, which of course is not much use. This is 28, okay. I think we're 28 anyway, 27, 28. That's fine. Anything up to like 3 above you is not an issue, particularly with this character. But as I look around here, I'm not seeing... Oh, there's one. Cool. There we go. So we can fast travel there. Zip. There we go. F1 tomorrow. Nice one. Adam, we're putting on an event at college. You know, I teach where I teach. Which is like, I came, it's an esports Olympics, so we came up with it as the E-Olympics. I'm sure that transgresses all sorts of copyright. And anyway, I've reached out to a few folk, Lenovo and Ubisoft mainly, and Lenovo are sending over some merch and keyboards and mice and stuff for prizes. But the merch are Formula One baseball caps, because they're Lenovo's a Formula One sponsor. So how cool is that? I can imagine quite a few of them kids are going to be wanting some of that going on. Oh look, there's a tea merchant. Any of the merchants are useful.
I use the finest grains and the food vendor.
for one very specific reason. Oh, he gave us some stuff. He's given us some more stuff. Let's do this again. Keep going. Oh, that was it. That was for a quest. I often find you can buy things and find things for quests that you haven't even unlocked yet, and then obviously later when you do find that quest, you've got the stuff. But the thing about vendors is that I've got to watch out. There's a brutal assassination could be going on there. Look, you can sell valuable items, and valuable items that get you currency. They're of no use for anything other than selling to vendors. So it's definitely worth... Sorry, mate. It's definitely worth finding vendors. Oh, the easiest way is to look on the map, by the way. They are marked. There's one there. Someone's put a little picture. That little picture was me. Look at that. You'll find... I don't know how everyone sees everybody else's pictures, but I have got a few. Oh, what's that image of the day? I don't know. Ubisoft put those there. Anyway, there's vendors around the place, and it's important to find those. But we're not worried about vendors. We want to get these this stuff, don't we? Out of the way, little fella. Let's get our horsey. There we go. You're okay with the enemies as long as you don't attack them. Otherwise, then you get a wanted badge. And you find that everywhere you go, they're trying to kill you. Now, in the case of where we are, we're at a level that's not too much of an issue. And with this character, as I've said, he's like a brick wall. So he doesn't really cause us a lot of issues. But with higher level areas, or if you're playing the game on a higher level, then it might cause you an issue. So up there, we are going to probably only get so far with our horse. We'll jump off. We'll try oh, no, I knew that was going to happen. I was going to say you can... Stop it. You can sometimes terrace walk, you know, go slightly at an angle upwards and then switch and do the other thing. But there is there's an entrance here anyway. This snow is not helping. But we do need to get out there. Let's try this pathway. Go on, mate. Go on, get up there. Go on. That's it. That's my boy. Now, we are in an area where we're going to get attacked, but I don't care. As I said earlier, there is gore, particularly when there's nobody left. It tends to off their heads, so apologies for that. Have some of that, my friend. There we go. Now, you may have seen on one of these characters, there it is. They've not all of them, but some of them you can loot stuff, usually a bit of money or something. So always worth just looking back over your carnage to make sure you've not left anything behind. Also, when we do our little scan of the area, we can see where there are chests, resources and stuff. Some of them are inside buildings, some of them are just dotted about the place. There's one there in that little chest. But as you're in the area, it's valuable to sell some cloth for upgrading our armour and some cash. So always worth a quick scan around, and once you've kind of hear that little ping noise, it's registered, and you'll carry on seeing it anyway when you take your finger off the trigger. Oh, there you go, look. Grab him. We had a valuable comb of whatever value. So there's clearly some stuff inside this building. And some buildings, you just can't get into them. What I have found is that sometimes you need to switch characters. Other times you get a key from killing an enemy. In we go. So what we have here is some smuggling resources, which are these two. And we mark these for our scouts to come and collect, and drops them off at our home base. So they're being marked. There we go. They're going to come over at some point in the dark. We never see them doing their mysterious work. And then back at hideout, we can use those materials to upgrade and build and what have you. We'll collect that one, and we'll get whatever's in that little chest, which is a pine tree that we can add into our hideout. There we go. Out he goes. Off he toddles. So just do a quick scan. Nope, that's got everything out there. He does climb. He just doesn't climb as well. Now, look at the size of this dude. What we're going to do is... ability is bottom out. Oh, look. Too fast for you, mate. So I tend to use the abilities more than I do just general attacking, as you can see. They just... whichever character, as long as you've unlocked them, they just are so much easier to take these guys out. And they replenish really quickly. Having said that, again, depends on your loadout and perks and so on. Woohoo! Look at him. We got an award for that. This is Japan, actually. Kick an enemy from a high place. So at the very... and there goes his head. At the very least, it stuns them so you can whack them about the place a tad. We've got somebody that's eyeing us up from afar. Where is he? But you see my health bar's not moved. This is why I use this character. I do actually have some armour for this character, which gives you 75% more damage, which, like, as if he hasn't got enough, but at the expense of your health. And although it's quite useful, because you can usually chop people down in one slash, the problem is that you go down a lot quicker. So you end up using your health a lot. And there's the anomaly. There we are. You can see the stuff going on around us here. We haven't got there just yet. Make our way in. Often you can just smash stuff down as well. I think he's the dude. Oh, another one there. You don't have to use the abilities. I mean, I actually do a lot of damage anyway. Right. That chest is only unlocked when we've killed... oh, there it is over there. And when you're not using an ability, watch out for those when they turn red. That's when they do the most damage. You just need to dodge, which is the B button or the circle on a PlayStation. Just keep out of the way of them. Just run around them, and they're usually a lot slower than you. And then we should be able to unlock this and get our just rewards. Ta-da! Oh, 700. That should get us well inside the hoodie thing that was on offer. Is that... no, we've got to... basically, this is going to be something really nice. It'll be gold, high-level gear. And we have to kill all of the samurai daishu. And we can usually... you can tell those guys, they've usually got a little red icon over the top of their heads. And there's never normally more than a couple in an area this big. Sometimes they're on the map, but not always. We zoom out and zoom in again. There's the chest where we are. You see, Naoe could turn this into a fast travel point. We could switch to her when we've killed everybody. The other thing I found is, in my experience anyway, that when you've killed everybody in an area, they don't regenerate. When they're done, they're done. Little chest there. I'll grab that one. Now, full disclosure, I am playing this on the easy mode. Those of you that watch me regularly know that's my place of choice. And it's just because I like to get through games quickly. I like to finish my games. I like to complete. I'm a completionist. and the world is full of too many games, so I tend to go for the easiest mode, and that way I can get through a game. What it does mean is, of course, that the challenge is significantly reduced, and a lot of people do like a challenge in their games. I personally don't. So some of the stuff that I'm doing would be a lot harder if you're doing it on even the default or the normal modes. But yeah, it's just the way I like to play. Now we might be able to climb up here, or he will be able to climb up here, but this might be how we unlock the area. There is definitely something at the end there. Can you see it? It's like apart from a bird's nest, there's a thing that we need to jump over here to. There we go, we look up at that, and that unlocks a codex. It's very nice. Somewhere, there it is up there, 98 meters. So we will be able to climb, and we will be, by climbing, be able to get up there. The question is whether we can then go up to the very top without the ability, kind of, I mean, he obviously climbs and stuff, but it's just not as, he's just not as good as Naoe is. Also, he can jump all over the place. He never, I mean, you have to really fall a great distance for him to do any damage. Her not so much. She's definitely a lot. For this one I might climb the outside. We should be okay with that. He's fine climbing anything that's obvious that you can climb it. The problem is she would have no issue jumping out and up onto this. Oh, that's good. There's a ladder through to the roof anyway, so we're good. There we go. We can unlock this one. Some of them we can, a lot of them you can't though, but we're good on this one. There we go. The advantage over using the Katagari, whatever they're called, is that this unlocks an entire region, so you can see more stuff. You have to that you don't get when you just do your basic one. Hijiyama Watchtower. The thing I miss though in Shadows is you don't have a hawk to control yourself. In the other creeds you've typically had a bird or a creature that you can command, and I love to be able to sort of send it off to look over things and fly around castles and spot the enemies and stuff. Doesn't exist in this game, sadly. Have I got my Teppo, my gun, or... Yeah, I do, so I can shoot that. There he goes. The advantage of that is they can't raise an alarm anymore. He's still alive. So if I jump from here, you see my health didn't move a pixel. Love it. But I do miss my bird. So as you can see, the downside of using a Teppo is the time. It's an old-fashioned rifle, so it takes a while to musket, get the old muzzle and the bullet and ram it in and all that stuff. But it does a lot of damage. It's a good long-range weapon. The other one you have is the bow. And if you just use the trigger, you switch back again. But we'll use an ability. I don't like him, he's too big. You kick him right off. And he definitely died. Skewered. Right, we can see some stuff in there. Can we unlock it? Yeah, we can. But what I'm trying to do is find that samurai dude so we can unlock the major chest and get the gold rewards, which we'll do. Let's just get smuggle resources. You're probably thinking to yourself, why does he not go in and have a look and compare what he's got? Well, the truth is, most of the time, if it's green or blue, it won't be any better. It might be if it's a higher level. And what you end up doing is looking at those kind of things there, the engravings instead. Sometimes it's higher, but it's never normally that big of a deal, unless it's a gold or a a legendary, an exotic or a legendary. I think we're just about to climb over there. We don't need to. Oops. So what we need to do to unlock the chest that is in that white glowy dot down there, that's our chest, we need to find the other samurai dude. Now, sometimes you've killed them and you don't realise it. All you've got to do is go to the map and locate where you are and have a little mouse over, and you can see there that that's actually what we're going to win, and we won't be able to use it because it's for Naoe. But there's still one more that we need to kill, and then we can go and unlock that chest. The quick way of doing that is to hold down the trigger and scan the area. It's a bit harder in the snow because typically what you're looking for is a blue or a white dot. And sometimes, that's my little dot down there, sometimes they can, okay, there's a gold, that's going to be some stuff to go and loot, but it's not going to be our man. And that's inside there anyway. But sometimes they could be quite a distance away. There will be within the, oh hello, there he is, moving around there. There you go, we've got him there. There's his little icon over the head. So we'll jump down. Whee! No death, no hurt. And we'll unlock, kill him, and then we'll go back and get the, there we go back and get the chest. With Naoe, you can jump down and assassinate them. You can assassinate them from behind, but not always that easily. There he goes. Off with his head. Nicely done. And there is his head. Just bobbling about there. Right, that's him done. Has he got any loot before we run away? Where is he? Where's his bod? Where did his headless corpse fall? There is some rations that we can refill there, though. We'll have some of that. And actually, there's some loot behind this door as well, I think. So you're getting the general gist. These are the kind of the rinse and repeats of the game. Oh, you missed out on his head. We'll shoot this fella. That's the end of him. And we've got to go back and get that chest. Oh, another one here. We might as well just finish these off. Watch this. Stunning. Oh, he hurt me. Oh, that doesn't happen very often. We got any loot to collect? Sam, I thought it looked like one of your dogs. That's why I put it there. You know what I'm referring to. I just saw your message. Bethlyn chuckled, but it was a serious thing. I wasn't meant to be... I did genuinely thought, because I've seen photos of your dogs, and I thought, actually looks like one of yours. I was right. It's a lovely image as well, isn't it? That's the same AI engine that I used for Laughing Ray. So this is the thing with the game, and this is why you can so easily clock up the hours, because we've not, in this entire 1 hour and 15 minutes, we've not done any missions or side quests at all. We've simply gone a couple of different places to grab some of those entities, and whilst we're there, we've looted and shooted. And that's kind of the fun of the game. The story is amazing, the cutscenes and everything are absolutely stunning. But actually, it's really fun. Can I come over from here? Over there, okay. It's actually just fun going around the place and clearing stuff out. Particularly when I mean, look, you know what, if you want the challenge, go up a level. Use the other character, but I just love kind of knowing that I'm going to destroy them and get some stuff. There we go, some more cash. Right, in we go. Let's go and get the... That should go through that window. And smash it down. There we go. Right then, this is unfortunately not of any great advantage to us. It's going to go to our compadre. But we did get greatly improved air, assassination, and engraving, which she'll also be able to use. And as you know, we can flick over to her. I'm going to go this way. Oh, we've leveled up to 29 as well. That's cool. And we got a mastery point. We think we kind of need 5 though, really, to get the next. Oh, sorry, mate. Didn't mean to wake you up. God, I had to kill him because he would have killed us. Yeah, I think we need 5 mastery points, but you get them every time you level up, basically, and sometimes if you complete quests and things as well. Right, we have done that one. We should see a tick. There we go. There's our little tick to indicate that we've completed it, and we also activated a watchtower as well, so that makes it easier to move around, and they don't cost you anything. That's the other thing. These guys, as you know, cost you 800 mun or mon, whereas the Hawk watchtowers don't cost you anything other than a bit of effort. Oh yes, we're going to go to the Animus, aren't we? We're going to unlock that hoodie, and there it is over there. We should be able to unlock that one now. Yeah, we do. It says unclaimed, so we shall claim that one. Oh, look at that. We've also got our 1500. We can go and buy something. Woohoo! What a time to be alive. So we've got the Cerulean Guy's mask, which Naoe can wear, but we've also got our 1500 keys, giving us top corner 2070. So what have we got coming up then? We've got another data file, some gold, a Cerulean core, which is a legendary amulet, and then we're up to another 1500. But let's go and have a look at our rewards. Let's see what we can buy. Well, I would love to have bought this kind of female dragon horse thing, but sadly we are 700 and something shy of what we need. But we definitely have enough. A little glitch in the matrix there. We definitely have enough for a weapon, an Aikyo bow or claw of the dragon, or robes of the enraged, which look pretty cool actually, don't they? Vanish after 2 seconds while crouched or prone. We'll have it. And what do you get with these? Do you just place them? They're just like cosmetic, aren't they? And we could afford this one and a dog. What do you reckon, guys? What do you reckon? Should we go with the doggy as well as the thing? Well, I'm definitely having this one. Yes, please. I'd like to purchase this. And this transaction is final. I'm loving the 2 seconds crouched. That's a great stealth perk. Now we can't actually wear it yet because it's a level 29 and we're only a 28. I think we may be 29 now actually. But what do you reckon? Got to be the dog. Sam, you're not going to guess what? We've not got enough cash. Look at that. We actually need another 30. Oh, it's a shame. Never mind. We'll get it. We'll get there. So there we go. We got ourselves additional ration on loot engraving and the hoodie thing for Naoe. We're going to switch over to Naoe now. Naoe. Before we do that, let's have a quick look around at our perks. See what we've got here. This is the long katana that we're currently using. Then there's this one at 27, which is of no use with all those reds. There's a 31, which is a higher level. But in a second, I'll take you to show you how we can upgrade this stuff. And then a lot of the greens here will become red because it's a lower quality item. That one's a 28, but it's got too many reds. If you get new perks in these things, they get added to your pool anyway. So even breaking them down, you get to keep the perks. Okay. What about this one? The Teppo. We've got a bow, but that's not much use. And then we've got a new hat. Oh, yes. Oh, we can wear this one. I thought it was only for her. Well, I'll be. Look at that. A 50% chance to loot rations from dead bodies. That could be quite useful. So that's essentially like little health things. Look at his little feathers in his hat. He's got a feather in his cap. Higher. Oh no, it's low. Okay. Well, we're definitely going to switch to this one. Whether or not we keep it look wise, though, I mean, it's a bit boring, isn't it? And then this one has dropped significantly now in value. So let's customize. Let's go back up to our best looking one. You see, we've now got this one, even though we haven't worn it, because we've got it in our thing. So we can always wear one, even if we're not wearing it, whatever that means. What does this look like? A little bug in the game, I've noticed. When you first look, it doesn't show. All the perks, all the stats are white. You have to come off and go back again before it colours them. So, yeah, his health's a bit higher. Yeah, sorry about that, Sam. I would have definitely gone for that little blue pup, but we didn't have enough stuff. I'm going to stick with what we've got because the perks are pretty good. Yeah, we're going to stick. And we'll have a quick look at the old amulet. Oh, hello. What's this one got? It's blue. It's a higher one. So we can burn a perk into it. 16% posture damage, 40% of... See, this one's good. 40% of an adrenaline chunk on enemies above half health. So you've got... the adrenaline chunks are what enable your abilities to come back quicker, and this one does that 40% faster, so we possibly see a slowdown in our ability regen. I'm inclined, I mean, yes, they are higher stats, but there's only 0.2, 0.3 critical damage is 5. That's higher. I don't know. We'll have a little look back at the blacksmith and decide if we want to upgrade this stuff. But anyway, we got that perk, so I'm well happy about that. If we switch over to Naoe, not available in this current area. Yeah, when you're in a combat zone, even though you've killed pretty much everybody, you've got to get out of it before it allows you... Oh, I've never done that before. I didn't know I could do that. So I could place this. That's an explosive thing. So I could place this next to something, like a door, for example. So I'll drop that and stand back and shoot it. Huh. Every day's a school day. Woohoo! Nice. There's some loot down there, but I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered to go and get it, to be honest. Oops, sorry. Did we unlock this one? Oh, that's one I was trying to loot it, wasn't I? Oh, got ourselves a little cosmetic for back at base. Right, let's get out of here. We've got to run out of here. Get out of the whole area. Jump! Go on, you can do it. Go on. Jump! Slide! Oh, look at that. There's our horse, waiting patiently. Right, now we're outside. What we'll do is we'll go back to base. But in going back to base, we will switch back to Naoe, so we can fast travel back as her. And we'll see what we've got back at base, and we'll see what she's got as well, because she had some perks. Every time we go back to base, there's not a chance the seasons will change. So, although we were up in the snowy mountains, it was probably late autumn, and now look, it's suggesting that it's properly turned into winter. So there we are, we're back at base. We got any? Yeah, we can grab the loot. Lots of loot. Loads of loot, actually. We seem to have got a load of horses. Hello, fellas. Lots of horses. There's our horse. Bida-bida, bida-bidee, bida-bida. I'm going to go straight to the blacksmith because I don't think I showed you the blacksmith when we were here last. The forge. Oh, looks like she wants a chit-chat. Do you want a chit-chat? Come here. You want to talk to me? Oh, no.
Tomiko, are you all right?
I don't think she is.
Maybe you're working too hard.
I think she's eaten too
talk
many plums.
nonsense. I was remembering my dead.
Do you think of them often?
There's not a day that I'm not reminded of them in some way.
Well, these guys have killed so many people.
When my family was killed,
Speed
cried.
through.
Do you
It's
carry
got to
on?
be just incidental stuff. It means nothing. So here's that stuff that we placed earlier. There's our little Buddha, the little Buddha statue that we put down. There he is. And you see our little animals. There's our little one of our little doggies. Oh, look, Sam. There's a little cute white one. Let's give him a pet. Could be a she.
You're sweet.
Oh. How cute is that? All right, so we're gonna. Oh, there's a little puppy. Look at the little puppy. Right, we're gonna go and see the blacksmith, who oftentimes is hiding in here. No, he's not in there. Where is he? He's always available. Ah, he's enjoying the sun on this side of the building. There he is. Hello. Where are you?
Hello there.
I'm going to see the shop. So we've got three options at the top. Upgrade, engrave, and dismantle. It's probably a good idea to dismantle before you upgrade because you can get rid of stuff you don't need, and that gives you more materials to upgrade. So it won't show you anything that you're wearing, but you do have to still be careful because you might have some high quality stuff that you just haven't bothered with. And yeah, we'll get rid of these. That's the one I'm always wearing, isn't it? Don't forget, you will still continue to wear, to have the cosmetics for the transmogrification or whatever they call it. No, I think we'll leave that one. Yeah, she hasn't got a lot to dismantle, that's fair. Right, so we have a Yami no Kaje, a legendary katana. So this Steel Blossom has a perk, but this one doesn't. So deal 100% damage to the attacker on deflect. It's a pretty good perk, actually. So we're going to add perks. You can see they come at a cost. We've got 4,000 currency, top right corner, but they only cost 110, so they're not the end of the world until you get to the really good ones, and then they cost more, but these haven't been unlocked yet, so we'll stick with the top ones. And let's have a quick look. 72% armor damage when hitting multiple enemies is a good one. 40% armor piercing. Ideally, you're looking for things 100% armor damage when health is critical. It's not a good one. 30% of an adrenaline chunk on hitting afflicted enemies. Situational. 3% critical chance. That's a good one. 6% critical chance on enemies below half health, which is when you really want your critical health damage, isn't it? Hello, young Ron. They don't. That's a really good question, mate. But they all used to sing with Cliff Richard, and if you're British, you know that joke works. 600% affliction build-up, 10% damage. So 10% additional damage is not a bad one. I'm going to go with that one. And that's now cemented into that item. Is there any more? Any more for any more? That one's got a perk. That one's got a perk. That one's got a perk. You can change them, which is why it shows them. They're not hard-coded in. If you want to, you can switch them out. But I typically don't bother too much. So that's what we just bought, isn't it? With the 2 seconds crouching thing, which we're gonna. It's a 29. So let's give this one a decent perk. What have we got? The perks are more expensive, interestingly. +2 health segments removed on air assassinate. I don't know what that means, but it doesn't sound good to me. Why would you want your health segments removed? You don't want to remove them, do you? Oh, sorry, I've got a fly hovering about my face. Restore 1% health on hit. That's got to be good. Kill 10 people, get 10% of your health back. 100% armor damage when your health's critical. You don't want that one. Okay, let's go back up to 10%. No, 1% health. There we go. We'll buy that one. Good. Good. I actually want her to wear that one with the bones and stuff. And then we have the upgrade. So if we go in here, we can upgrade these. The ones that she's using have the square edges around, and there's typically an A or a B depending on if it's weapon A or weapon B. Now this one is level 26. We are at level 27, so we have an opportunity to upgrade. You'll see that it needs gold, and we only have 2, so we're only going to get to do this twice. So let's do this one anyway. There we go, that's up to 27. It probably won't allow us to do it again. It might do. Oh, it did. It whacked it up to 29. Oh, the next one's 29. We can go again. Okay, now it's dropped out of the rotation, so we've upgraded it as far as it wants to go. I'm not going to worry about that one. What am I using for B? This one. Yep, that one is going to go up. It's interesting how the gold at the top hasn't changed. Anyway, this is only a 25, so we can go some on this one, and we are using it, so we'll upgrade these. And you see your stats are going up all the time. So, which is why I was saying earlier, you grab a blue or a green, you think, oh, it's got higher stats, but it's usually only because it's a higher level. And when you upgrade them, your stats go up through the roof. We can still go. I think we can do one more after this, if it doesn't disappear. Yep. And there it goes. The cerulean flux. Excellent. What about armor? I'm not going to upgrade anything we're not wearing. Oh, we are wearing and we can upgrade, so there we go. We can't upgrade the new armor because it's at max level for where we are. So we've pushed everything now up to 29. Excellent. Just double check on that. Yeah, that's not the new one. What about the amulet? Amulet can go up. 150% stats with no weapon equipped. Well, we've always got weapon equipped. 15% stats with only a katana. Which is not doing anything, is it? If you're not... What situation are you going to be in with no weapon equipped? It's pretty useless. So all we're really doing here is upgrading the stats. Look at that, our gold's gone down to 2.5. Wow. I still think it's worth doing this though. Just good to get your levels up. And you know them when you're fighting a 29. However, we still need to do it with
Thank you.
Yasuke. So she is now fully 29'd up all over the shop. I want to change to the new armor. There we go. Equip legendary gear in all slots. So we're fully golden everywhere. We've even got our little purple pony as well. What a cute thing. So that's very, very good. And we're going to switch to Yasuke. I always get his name wrong. And hopefully we've got enough resources left to upgrade him. Otherwise we're a bit scuppered. Hello, mate.
What do you need?
Well, and interesting little side note, but his side to C shop is on the left, and Naoe's is on the right. Right then, Let's see what we can get away with. As I say, always a good idea to dismantle first to give you enough materials. 28, 27. These are pretty good though. Either way, we'll dismantle that one. Leave that one for the minute. Ooh, 29. We've not even had a chance to play with that one yet. Leave that one. How about the old Teppo? Get rid of that 25. And actually, we'll probably get rid of that 28 as well. Oh, let's get rid of the 27. What the heck? As for the hat, get rid of the green one. 24. Yeah, we'll get rid of that one. And armor 22. I'm looking at this health mainly. All right, let's get rid of that one. And that one. That'll do for now. Let's go and upgrade if we are able to, because we may not have enough resources. So that was 27. I want to go up to 29. Yeah, we should be okay. There we go. So the Myth Slayer is up to 29. Let's do his Imaginato. There's a load to go up on this one. Will we have enough resources? It's not looking good. And one more. Are we going to have enough to do anything else? Obviously, when it's gold, it uses more resources to up level. So which one? I'm not actually using any of these. So I'm inclined to leave that one. We are using the Teppo. So here's the thing. I would rather this one than the one we're using. But I don't know that we're going to be able to upgrade it enough. Let's see if we can get it up to 29, and then it's going to be higher. Ooh, we're just going to get away with it, aren't we? Okay. Good. All right, that's that one. And then, what about the armor? No, that one isn't equipped. That's just interesting that I've kept hold of that one. This one is, though. We get away with that because it's only a low one. And the amulet. One more. Yeah, there we go. Oh, we managed to get everything done. That's really cool. Oh, and it goes again. All right. Although, having said that, 10% damage per unused ability, 15 damage per non-legendary gear equipped. All of our gear is legendary. Can I sneakily get this one up to 29 and then equip it? Ooh, just about. Just about. That's him done. I don't think there's anything that needs engraving. That's engraved. I'm just looking for stuff that we're using. I'm looking forward to getting to 33 to see what they look, see how they perform. No, that has an engraving. We're not using a bow at the moment. That has an engraving anyway. The guy's mask that we're using doesn't have. Oh, let's go with that one. Nice. So that now has a 50% chance to loot rations from dead bodies and an extra 20% ration healing. So that's a really good health perk. And this one needs one as well. What we got? We've got 72% armor damage when hitting multiple enemies. 75% damage, but limits health. Yeah, you don't want that one. That one, you've got no health at all. Can parry unblockable? No. 100% armor damage when health is critical. You don't want that one. 24% damage on the next hit after a headshot. 50% damage on the next hit after using abilities. Aha! Well, that one, I'm always using abilities, as you've seen. So that's the one for us. I think we're pretty much there now. Yep. Good. Thanks, mate.
Hurry back.
No worries. No worries. There you go, there's our house. It's highly doubtful that we'll have any perks. Resources. Who's blowing a horn? Oh, it's him. It's a very noisy pipe. Oh, it's a her. Sorry. What the heck? That's the least musical thing I've ever heard. Accabilk you ain't. Yeah, we won't have enough rations, I would have thought. Oh, hello. It's Yaya. What do you want to talk about? Speed
We should grow
through.
some cucumber in the garden.
Good idea. I'll let you do that. You crack on with your cucumber. You know, got to keep friendly with your folk. Right, there we go. There's a ton of tips for you. You're tipped out. I think I'm going to call it an evening there. And go and see what's for dinner as we head into Saturday. I hope you enjoyed that. It's really a bit of a kind of quick rundown, a few tips and bits and pieces. I'm just having a look at the areas now, because that's 29. That's a high one, 35. There's a 35 down there as well. But apart from that, we're now at the level for all of these other areas. Because until recently, I couldn't go into these without getting slapped either. Oh, look at this. Assassinate the Godai of Wind. The thing about he's got a 29, whatever the purple is. I thought purple was legendary. Apparently it's not. I am actually quite keen to assassinate this dude and get that. Let's do it. How can I get in? Yes, I can get quite close to him as well. Will we go into this one? Should we do it? Yeah, let's do it. And then I'll call it a day. He's a 29. It's the same level of it. We'll assassinate him in 2 minutes. Thank you, Sam. Thank you for sticking around. Bless you. But we're gonna go and do this dude and get that thing. Because who doesn't want a thing? Let's be honest. Things are so important these days. Alright, we're 450 meters. Is there a vendor that we can offload our valuables on anywhere around here? Any vendors to be found? No, there's no vendors. It must be February if it's not no vendor. Or a more adjacent month like December would have made it slightly funnier. November, December. That was much better. Look, there's a dude. There's an
There it is.
Who's this dude?
The distance is too much. I must not make noise.
Oh, I've got to paint it. I think it's a wolf or something. So you have to go really careful and kind of
Tread carefully, Yasuke.
and then you paint him, and it's like a collectible thing that you have to do. You have to do it very carefully.
He is a good spot.
There we go. Nah, it's a fox. So we're now going to paint the fox. Oh, look at him. Trying to find some food in the snow. Oh. That's exactly how they jump. And here he is doing his little picture. And then we can hang these up back at our home base. Hideout. Very good. Well done. We get some XP for that. Oh, look at that. We got a wall decoration. And we got a red fox as a pet. Yes, we get to put the fox in the garden. We've not got to go too far to kill this dude, so we have to go a bit carefully. It could be in a castle or something. Come on, you fat git, get over the top. noise? Oh, look. There's like crane or something. Do you see them? Wow. This is a place with lots of animal life. I don't know why I'm crouching. He's 230 odd meters away. Right, don't slide. I knew you were going to do that. Go on, get up there. Go on. Right, now you can crouch. If only that we can see where we've got to go. I'm looking forward to assassinating God Eye. He's got a great weapon. Oh, he's down the other side. The flipping flipper. Oh, he's breathing heavy. He's over there somewhere. I don't want to alert him. He's the other side of this hill, I think. Let's get ourselves down. Where is he? What is he up to in the Shimagara Valley? We've got stealth music.
A flute. It could be more Godai trickery.
More? I haven't had any. I'm having a look in this valley. Oh, there's the flute. And there's our... We have to assassinate him, right? So, get down. Get down on it. The Godai of Wind. Where's he gone? Oh, yeah. I want to shoot them.
Godai! Step forward and answer for your crime.
Yes, come on. It's the way to do it from a distance. Woohoo! A Godai is assassinated.
A bitter end for a twisted fall.
Oh yeah. Let's get our loot. Oh, and 2 mastery points as well. Hang on a minute. That's a golden colour. I was promised a purple one. What the heck? I've been cheated. Let's have a look around because it may well be... Switch weapons. It may well be that there's something else to be looted in the vicinity. I don't think so, though. Let's have a look and see. I feel a bit miffed. Why didn't I get my new golden thing? Where is it? I haven't even got it this time. Wait, has it gone to her? Oh, I'm gutted. But you see, he's got a bow and a thing to come when he gets to that level. You can cycle through them this way. Yeah, no, he definitely didn't get anything. It's gone to her, I think. Okay, all right. We will, having confirmed that there's nothing else in the area. I've noticed the frames drop. The kind of frame rate drops when you zoom in. Doesn't seem to happen so much. I don't think we can switch over while we're in this area, but we'll try. Oh, yes we can. Oh, yes we can. Here she is in her Flintstones outfit. Chop them down. I actually really like her character. It's just the other one. He's almost invincible. Alright, having taken down those huge bamboos, let's have a look and see if she's got anything shiny and new. Well, she does. She does indeed. Let's have a look. We're looking... See, it... Oh, no, there it is. Yes! What do you mean weapon DPS is less? No, it's not. That one that we're carrying is 532. And this one's 575. Don't you be giving me that. Instantly charge posture attacks. Yeah, we're not worried about those. 24% damage with a combo ender, which is a bit like EastEnders. Right, well... Oh, hang on. A weapon of this type is already equipped on the other slot. Oh, I see. Hence the higher level. Damn. What about the other? There was another thing that was new, wasn't there? Was it this one? See, that's lower as well. Posture attack remains charged after dodge. Wonder what that does. Deal 100% damage to the attacker on deflect. That's the one we're already working with and is decent on the old perk front. So what it's basically saying is then, if we go to the 29, there we go. So, posture DPS is lower, ability damage is lower, weapon DPS is higher, and vulnerable damage is higher. I don't know what to do. I don't know whether to use that one. I've always assumed that the purple ones are higher level, but I don't know to what advantage the difference in colour is. Who knows? Anyway, that was it. That was me perks. Look at that. She's got 12 masteries that I've not unlocked. I'm so sorry. Quick reminder, always unlock the diamonds because they're the ones that give you the abilities. Do those first. In her case, in this particular, the katana weapon, she's already unlocked those, so they stay where they are. The Kusarigama. Oh yeah, there's one. But you see, I don't really use this. I should use it more. Ray uses this one a lot. In this one I've unlocked the 2. There's another one to come up here, but we're not there yet. We've got to get our knowledge ranks sorted first. And there aren't any abilities in tools. Got 2 on this one, on the shinobi. I do like to use my shinobi, it has to be said. And I've got enough to unlock those 2, actually. So that's good. What else have we got? Assassin. No abilities. Now he removes 1 additional health segment. While using a Tanto, now he can assassinate 2 targets. Increase her adrenaline chunks by 1. Hidden Blade can now be used against large enemies. That's a good one to have, but I don't think we're going to have enough. Let's just unlock. Have I got any? I think no. Right, okay. So we'll unlock these 2 and that one, and they get added. Oh, it doesn't. While undetected, time slows down around Naoe for 8 seconds. Oh wow, that's pretty cool. So you can just kind of walk past. Plus, we can now be invisible, can't we, with the thingy? So anyway, we've unlocked 1. And we've only got 2 mastery points left, so we ain't doing a lot more on that one, sadly. The katana 2 dodge attack generates 25%. Oh, let's go with that one. We'll use them all up. There we go. That's pretty cool, I would say. And while we're doing that, we'll just, before I hit the road, we'll just switch back to Yasuke and do his mastery points. Because poor old Yasuke, I haven't not unlocked any tools for him yet. Like things he can throw and stuff. And I don't know why. It's this area up here. And I don't know how to unlock it. I see. It's a quest or something, I guess. So we've only got 8 for him. He hasn't got as many as her. But again, we're looking for the triangles because and there's one there. So that's a 5-pointer. And that's a good one as well. That's on a long naginata, a teppo. Oh yeah, there was this one. I was quite keen on this one. But is this one 5? Yes, it is. So we can do those 2. What else? There's one here as well. Immediately counter attack. Immediately counter every attack received for 20 seconds. See, that's a pretty cool one as well. There's one there. Shoot 4 arrows at the closest enemy. Look at them go, man. But that's going to use up all your arrows. There's another one there. Time slows down for 10 seconds while aiming. I think we're going to go with that one and this one. Oh, this one. Yes. So that's added that one in there. I'm trying to remember how to unlock the tools. I can't remember if it's one of these things. Unlock a new bullet type. Bullet type? Steady hand. Increase tempo reload speed. Adrenaline chunks. Bull rush. Two additional health segments. Critical damage, shoot 4 arrows, staggering blast, release RT when the bow flashes to trigger Kyudo Master, enabling a longer posture window. Increase adrenaline. So yeah, I don't know how to get those tools up. But anyway, we'll find out. It's maybe a mastery rank or something. But he's used up all his mastery bits and pieces. And I can never work out why it shows a diamond over the inventory, which typically means something to look at and unlock. But in both characters, it's all this stuff. Look, quest stuff. Aha, flipping heck! There's a ton of it here. Items for quests, which until I get those quests, they're going to stay there. That's what it's all about. Doing the okie dokie. Because I'm a bit of a completionist, and those diamonds, like I look at people sometimes with their phones, and it will say 38 in a little red circle over a text or something, and I think, who the hell can spend life knowing they've got all these things to do and look at, and they don't do it? What's that all about? When I've got flashy lights and stuff, I've got to get rid of it. So where was that? It was in here. She's bound to have the same. Yes. I'm looking forward to in a second when I don't have a thing over my inventory. Yes. Go away, little icon. It's still there. What the? Hello, Ryan. How are you, my friend? Good to see you, brother. I guess it is almost rock and raid time, isn't it? I'm going to be finishing up any second, but thank you so much for popping in. I'm not sure if... Oh, no, I've taken her clothes off. Put them back on, missus. Yeah, so I don't know what it was in my inventory that I haven't looked at. Oh, that's so annoying. I thought I was going to clear it up. I'm sure it's nothing in here. See, she's got all the tools. She's got all the things. But poor old Yasuke, he don't have none of it. He don't have none of it. Anyway, there we go. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for sticking around if you've been here since the beginning, which was just under 2 hours ago. But there you go. What do you think? That's Assassin's Creed. Look at all these things. All these people that have been killed. I've got to be careful because I jumped down then, forgetting that she's not the other dude, and the other dude never gets damage when he falls, but she certainly does. I don't know. Maybe
Who
this.
did this to the people of Iga?
Well, we killed them.
The Godai did this? To attack me?
No,
She is no Egan.
but we killed her, mate. It's all right. You can chill. We've just come in from a different angle. We missed all of the clues. Right, let's get the heck out. Thank you so much, guys. Oh, I hope you have a lovely weekend. This is like, there's no intro, no outro, there's no Laughing Ray, and there's no Spice Girls or nothing. I'm just going to say goodbye, and we're going to get the heck out. Have a great weekend, and let me know if this has spurred you on to check out the game. And maybe leave something in the comments. Let me know if you thought, yeah, this is actually really good. I'm gonna get this, or if you've learned anything new. There was a ton of stuff in there. I'm sure there's plenty in there that even people that've been playing it as long as I have wouldn't necessarily have found that out. So anyway, thank you. I will see you next Thursday for Rokk and Ray, if not before. And Naoe says goodbye. Say goodbye, Naoe. No, she's nodded. Did you see that?